in the article, there's a response from Twitch, and from basically Curse is defending it, and Twitch is playing like we didn't know about it. From what I understand, they did know about it prior to this article being released, and is just playing coy and stupid in the response that they gave to Kotaku about not knowing about it. And Curse saying that it's okay is in line with Twitch because Twitch owns Curse, and Curse can't go against anything that Twitch says, obviously, because they're all part of the same company now.
Gotcha. Can you give me like 4 minutes? I'm just gonna read this real quick, okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Twitch streamer Chris was live on camera reading an article about space exploration, Game No Man's Sky, and Gamepedia. Online gaming criminal Wikipedia when he discovered his own live stream playing at the very bottom of the page. Oh, it sounds like for me and Terraria. Steinhardt was streaming his Black Wonders to an audience of 3,183 viewers. One of them, it turned out, was me on a hunt for stealthy Twitch streams. I happened upon Steinhardt at the very bottom of a long rambling wiki entry about No Man's Sky lore, auto-playing on silent. Ooh, and it auto-plays muted. Interesting. And the abyss at the footer of the page. I would later ask Steinhardt, who made up his audience that day. Well over half of them were other people browsing Gamepedia. His personalized statistics gleaned from Twitch indicated. A few engaged viewers made comments in the chat box on our stream, but the vast majority of Gamepedia users watching it may have had no idea he even exists. Digital marketing is a shitty business. Lots of people lost against Facebook. Don't care about this. But we got screwed here. Advertisers, certainly. The complaint says these artificially inflated views impacted the market price for Facebook and Facebook. Okay, yeah, of course. Kotaku's investigation of Gamepedia's role on Twitch's booming streaming economy adds more questions about the sanctity of digital media's quick economy, which will reach $273.4 billion this year, according to Wild West. An optimist might view Twitch's relationship to Gamepedia's savvy, above-board entrepreneurship. No. A more cynical onlooker might wonder if it's more akin to the sort of thing that puts Facebook in hot water, especially because Gamepedia is in fact owned by Twitch through a subsidiary named Curse LLC. A Curse episode Kotaku. The Twitch embed is actually a replacement for other content which was less relevant to users. Gamepedia is a destination for gamers, and Twitch's focus is around content for gamers. So there it is a natural fit. A Twitch spokesperson said the Twitch video player can only be initiated when the player is in view in the browser. When a viewer scrolls down the page, the player initiates once it's in view. That's what I would have expected, that the video wouldn't begin playing until it's actually in view. If it's auto-playing muted, that's a way different thing. Views should not be inflated due to this technical setup they added. Since the player only initiates when in view of the browser, any ad impressions would also be in view and counted as a viewable impression. Twitch's claim that Gamepedia setup does not result in view inflation is questionable considering data shared with us by Twitch streamers who have been embedded in Gamepedia. Kotaku's investigation indicates that Gamepedia is apparently feeding huge numbers of unengaged, sometimes junk views to streams, sometimes in the thousands. Okay, so let's see. If I look up Gamepedia No Man's Sky, do you think I can find some of this happening right now? Or do you think they've changed this?
So they said that they changed it from this article, but apparently, as from yesterday, they're totally fucking lying because they did not change anything.
Yep, there are still embeds at the bottom. I see that. But this embed didn't activate, I don't think, until I scrolled down on the page. Okay, so let's try this one more time. So I'm going to open an incognito here. So I'll just leave this up for a second to let all the elements of the page load. Then we scroll down to the bottom and then okay. Yeah, so it should be working as intended here.
From what I have seen, they do autoplay with it muted. You do not have to be on the page for it to play.
Yeah, I'd be interested in so like a good investigation into that would be to load a variety of platforms. So Firefox, I think Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer, and Chrome will be your biggest ones, and then find out if that's actually true. Because from my, and this is just bullshit because I'm just doing this like off the fly, but like from what I'm looking at here, it doesn't seem like the element loads until you actually scroll down, which I would argue is okay-ish.
Yeah, that I would say that would be okay too. And after I saw this article, I thought that okay, this is pretty shady, but considering it's only going to be individual streamers, it's not that big of a deal. But considering what happened at Red Bull, and I still couldn't figure it out at first, I got 50,000 viewers, Destiny, 50,000 by whatever the fuck was happening, and I still can't figure out exactly what happened. But I found the Red Bull page onside the Gamepedia. And it was autoplaying.
Gotcha.
And that was just one of the sites that was in there. There's also another site called Nexus Mod, which is like a modding site. Which
yeah, I'm familiar with it. I think a lot of Bethesda games are on it. Yeah.
And they have the same practice on there. So there's actually a few things going on here that I can suspect, and I am investigating what the hell exactly is going on. There's one paying Twitch and Curse directly to be included in the packages of promotion and marketing, where Twitch puts you on the carousel and they promote you in ads, and then additionally, they auto-embed your stream into all of the game's media sites and subsections, and it does autoplay. You do not have to go onto the site first to be able to play the second, which is another possibility, is that there are certain brands or marketing agencies that are doing ad buys directly on Google Ads for the same websites to skirt around going directly through Curse or through Twitch. So you could directly target Curse and the Gamepedia websites and the Nexus Month websites by going through Google Ads and having these same streams autoplay on the sites without having to go directly through Twitch.
Sure. Do you think that's wrong, or?
Fuck yeah, I think that's wrong. I think that is one step below the shadiness of ViewBot.
So, like, well, because isn't this how we already do advertising? So, for instance, let's say that I know there is some political content on YouTube, and I really want these people to advertise my political content, but I know they would never, like, host me directly. So instead, I would do, like, a Google AdWords buy or Google AdSense buy and try to target. I don't know how much Google lets you target audiences, because I know Facebook lets you target way better. But, like, couldn't I target, like, political content, and then my ads would show up before their videos? Like, isn't that kind of how we do internet advertising?
Yes, but from the information that I've gathered, even evil Google and YouTube does not count the embedded view count towards the total views. So you could buy an ad buy and put your stream on YouTube, but it would not count towards the total views. And that was a change made in the last few months due to advertiser and brand complaints against this exact.
Oh wait, so you're saying people are doing ad buys to embed streams?
Yes, to embed the stream.
Wait, I would be really interested in seeing, like, a pathway through which you can do that. I bought advertising using Facebook before, but, like, I don't think you can go to AdSense and say, I want to embed a live stream as part of an ad. Can you do that?
I mean, I've been trying to figure out how exactly Red Bull got 50,000 extra views in such a short amount of time. And even if they did an ad buy directly through Curse and Twitch, I still don't think that would have been all 50,000, where Red Bull would have had to gone above and beyond, not just embedding the live streams on the Gamespedia websites, but embedding them on like a dozen game websites. And I think the only way to do that would be through Google AdWords, because Twitch does count all viewership on embedded streams, even if it's muted and the player is playing.
As long as the player is actively playing, yeah. So there are a couple things that I'd be really careful of. So you've got tech questions, you've got business questions, you've got morality questions wrapped up in here. So for the first thing, for the tech questions, I'd be really interested in establishing that what you're saying is true insofar as the tech site goes. So for instance, if I load a page, I'm very interested in seeing if that Twitch stream is actually auto-playing muted without me having to have the element in the page view first. That's a really big that's super important, right? Because, do you agree? That's a really important thing to actually find out. So that would be something that needs to be tested on multiple browsers, right? Just make sure, and then do your investigation there. That's really important. The second thing is the business question. Is it possible? So a lot of people might try to tell me that you can get whitelisted by like Google AdWords or Google AdSense and whatnot in order to actually have your own streams embedded into certain websites. So if business-wise, if it's possible. And then the third thing, I guess, is kind of like the moral question. Like, is it right that you advertise streams by embedding them into wikis? That's I feel like that's a little bit more complicated than an easy yes or no. No? Like.
Well, if you want to work backwards on the morality question, I would say obviously viewbotting directly is the #1 most scummy thing you can do.
Sure. Oh, I would also be careful. Right. I would never call this viewbotting because we're not. Yeah.
No,
but
yes,
okay.
I agree. But
yeah, viewbotting would be scummy. Yeah, I agree. Sure.
Yeah, viewbotting, #1 scummy thing you could do to inflate your views. There have been other things that certain game publishers do, such as Blizzard autoplays the Overwatch League inside your Battle.net client, even if you're not like watching it direct. So Overwatch League got more viewership this season on Twitch because the Overwatch League stream was embedded on Battle.net. And some people have argued that that's pretty shady, which I could see, honestly, that being. I would say that this is even worse than that. I would put this as the second most shady thing that you could do to inflate your view count. I think this is really fucking bad, to be completely honest.
Okay, so then the question is, as you say it's bad, so what I want to ask is, why is it bad? But I think the more relevant question is, who is harmed? Who are the damaged parties? What do you think?
I would say individual streamers you know, maybe it's not so bad because it's just single people, but when you get to, and I've had a few sources come out after I made this tweet in the last day or two, telling.
Oh wait, real quick,
brand.
I'm being told that apparently the Overwatch thing doesn't autoplay. You do have to click the glowing orange stream thing. But okay, go ahead.
No, there were some. I mean, as someone who watched Overwatch League every freaking day, that was not true for some times during the season. The BattleNet would automatically play without
Are you sure? I'm being told this by like a Blizzard engineer, so.
Yeah, I'm sure Blizzard is going to tell you that.
Well, I mean, I know this guy personally. I don't think he would fucking message me to lie to me. I don't think he's like loyal to Blizzard or anything.
Okay, you know, I'll take him as fact.
Oh no, I have to be careful because I don't want to like just like start spreading things that may or may not be true. I'm just trying to do my responsibilities. But okay, go ahead. So the harm parties are, you said streamers would be one. How are streamers harmed?
Well, no, it was the. It's more on the entire ecosystem of Twitch viewership equals to money and advertising, where if advertisers don't think that the viewership is real for what is going on the stream, then the entire streaming system could collapse because the amount of money that is spent on whatever, how many views, impressions, ROI that is expected to be returned, half of them could be fake. And then why would advertisers want to spend money or brands want to spend money on certain streams or certain games if half the viewership is inflated? So I think this affects the entire streaming ecosystem. I would say all of it is bad.
Our forces are under attack.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's the same thing, you know, you see this across all social media where certain brands are weary of the amount of retweets that you get on Twitter or the amount of likes that you get on Instagram or the amount of views that you get on YouTube because there have been definitely a lot of reports of botting on Twitter, botting on Instagram, botting on YouTube for fake views and fake likes and fake retweets. And this has become a pretty significant issue. I mean, you have the New York Times report maybe like half a year ago about the amount of fake followers there were on Twitter with major personalities like I think it was Roger Ebert's main, you know,
the movie reviewer guy?
Yeah. He had a quote-unquote 1 million followers on his Twitter, and it ended up being like 700,000 of them were fake. And because of that, he was charging certain rates of doing promotion and marketing based on how many followers you have. And you have that of types of influencers across all the social media platforms.
I guess,
if
like,
things are fake, then that hurts everybody.
Sure. So I guess, like, it feels like you would have to get into, or something that I'm kind of curious about is how sophisticated Twitch's marketing is. Like, are they paying CPM? Are they paying CPC? Because obviously, you know, if it's literally just paying per impressions, then this kind of stuff would be really bad. If they're paying CPC, though, I don't see the necessary harm here because if you don't interact with an advertisement, it's not like, I don't think Twitch is getting paid for it or the streamer is getting paid for it. I guess,
well, you have brands paying, you know, full amounts right up front, not just CPC or the CPM, based on how much traffic they think they will get in the end run, or just based upon, you know, total packages that they want to present.
Man, would you? It seems like I just don't know, but it seems like internet advertising is so sophisticated these days. Why would you ever pay an upfront thing like that when you're talking about embedding ads? I can understand if you're paying like influencers, but to literally do embedded ads on videos, like why wouldn't you do like this on CPC or CPM? This can all be tracked.
I mean, that's how I thought, and I really didn't think, I mean, I read the Kotaku article a few months ago, I thought, okay, this is bad, but maybe it's not so bad. But now, the Red Bull event from 2 days ago has me really wondering how many total esports games, larger events, larger Twitch personalities have been abusing the system based on certain things. I mean, I got a few DMs that said the Twitch Presents
this guy's mic makes you want to die.
have been using the Gamepedia Twitch embed to inflate the Twitch's own viewership. Now, I would say that's also pretty shady. Maybe it's like okay because they own Curse, but to inflate the Twitch's own events through this type of marketing where half the viewership is fake on, like, you know, the Pokemon stuff or the
yeah. So I guess like okay, so like if this was happening in this way where it's being silenced and everything, that would be bad. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to embed streams onto sites that activate once you go over them. I'm very interested in trying to find ways to advertise streams outside of Twitch's ecosystem because I don't even know how you do that right now. So exploring those options is interesting to me.
I mean, I think it's great to do that because, you know, streams grew up on, like, Team Liquid. Like, StarCraft 2 was a thing that made Twitch what it is now.
Yeah,
and a ton of streaming got actually huge because the streams were embedded on Team Liquid, and when you went to a stream, I mean, that's how you get big Destiny.
Yeah, that's how everybody in the early days, because Twitch wasn't the place for discovery. It was usually other sites like the DS2P or whatever, or like Team Liquid.
Yeah, for Diablo.
Yeah. So let's return to the central question, because I'm more interested in this now for a data point of view, in terms of the Red Bull Esports. So it seems unlikely to me, or rather, let's talk about scenarios on how this could work. So this seems unlikely to me that this was done via an embed, because this actually does look like a straight view bot to me, because you had a massive growth in viewers over a very narrow time span, and then that growth stopped. It feels like if they flipped, so like one thing I'm thinking, well, maybe they flipped a switch and all the embeds went live at the same time. Why didn't you see a more steady growth? And why didn't that growth continue or drop off then? Why does it seem like they picked up like 40,000 instant viewers? That seems really strange to me that this would have been done via an embed. I feel like something else was happening here. Like it looks like a view-botted behavior. And then all of these little peaks and valleys could be view bots as well, but those could also be like tournament games like ending, because when a popular game ends, people will leave the stream and then come back and then leave the stream and then viewers will grow, you know, like as games, you know, finish.
I mean, the end of the graph, you did have Tekken going into grand finals, and you'd have Street Fighter going to grand finals. So definitely there were more people tuning in towards the end. I wouldn't say that the ups and downs at the end are so abnormal, but definitely, as you mentioned, the huge peak of plus 50,000.
Is there insane. A chance that there were no other large streamers that hosted them or something? Right?
I checked. No.
That Ninja or nobody?
No.
Okay.
That did not happen. I made sure that there was no major host. There was no major direct linking. I checked on all the major mainstream games, all the major esports websites. There was nothing significant in terms of marketing that would have been direct to marketing of the stream that would have caused this type of. The only options are a direct view bot or this type of service where it is definitely auto-playing on like not just one site, but like 10 or 12 sites at one time that would do this type of traffic at all instantly. Because they got 50,000 in maybe a 20-minute time span.
No. It was like within like minutes. It's shorter than 20 minutes. It looks like a viewbot or a host. Like if this was a normal streamer, that would instantly be my assumption.
It's not. There's no hosting. So
yeah.
That option is not possible.
Could be a viewbot. Doesn't necessarily have to be them. It could be a fighting game community fan that really wants to see it do well and turns on a big viewbot.
Did you see my YouTube tweet?
No,
that
what
was
it?
Under the Twitch tweet. Okay, so directly threaded under one sec. Okay, I linked you. Not only are Red Bull's Twitch streams inflated to insane amounts, their YouTube videos, only on the Red Bull Conquest Regional Finals video, have over 700,000 views with under 50 likes on each video. All other videos on their channel have between 2,000 to 3,000 views per video.
Oh, hold on. That sounds really weird. The amount of likes to viewers. Hold on one second.
I mean, there's absolutely no way that this is real. Now, the only thing I will say
which YouTube channel is this on?
The Red
Bull Esports one?
YouTube. Yeah, the official Red Bull Esports YouTube.
Oh, so 573,000 views with 40 manual engagements. That's very weird. And 6 comments. So something like this looks like it was either botted or embedded.
Now, okay, YouTube, I will say, because I have seen this, is if they use this as an advertisement and you got a 30-second pre-roll ad, I'm pretty sure it does count towards it. So if they were doing that, that's actually allowed, and that's totally okay.
Wait, can you explain to me how this, can you be